Welcome back, everyone. So today I'm going to make a video about middle game priorities. If you haven't checked out the video about opening principles, go and see that now. And you can also just stay here and watch this video. So in the other video, I made a checklist, but I believe a pyramid of priorities is a little bit more appealing and is visually easier to remember. So how do we read this one? The pawn structure is our base, is the foundation to our middle game. Then we want to take control of the center, think about piece activity, and then go for the initiative. So what is the most important thing in this pyramid? Initiative. So let's go over to some examples. I prepared different positions. So let's check. I'm gonna go with something that is easy to see, to something more elaborate and complicated. So you can have different you can have different lessons from different students. Okay, so we have black to play, and let's see what is going on first. There is an attack here. There is like a possible queen hanging, so you have to do something about this queen. Material is about equal. I would say 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns. Okay, so white has an extra pawn, but the rest of the pieces are the same. 2 knights, 2 bishops on each side, and 2 rooks. However, king safety is also important. So what is one move that can give us some piece activity, or that can give us initiative of the game? So I think it's easy, but I will make it anyway. So you capture this queen, which doesn't seem like much, but once you take, now you have a discover attack on the king by moving this bishop. So what will be the best move? Yeah, just to go here. Now you have a discover attack. The king has to move. Now you can capture the bishop with check again. And now you have a winning position for black in the middle game. So okay, that was one illustration of this. Let's see another one. Let's take a look at this one, where we always want to create threats that force my opponent to respond. That's how we create the initiative. So what will be a threat that we can create? Here we have a winning position for white, and if we could only find the best move, so there is some problems in the back rank, right? So you can pause the video now if you want. Okay, so the best move is to take this knight, which is the major defender of this position. And now once the pawn takes, okay, so sorry, once this pawn takes, now you have this sacrifice, and this is going to be checkmate. So this is checkmate. I'm gonna go backwards a little bit. So you cannot go here directly, because now this move is possible. Let's say you capture here, and then you want to go here. Now the knight defense. So it's all about controlling the key squares of the position. So the key squares would be h6, well, obviously h7 and h8. But yeah, the key defender of this position was the knight. So material is not as relevant. It's going to be very relevant to have the initiative of the game. And so, okay, and the piece activity, which you have all the piece activity of the rook and the queen. But if you don't remove it, these pieces are not using the maximal potential. Okay, this one is harder to see. It's not that obvious, but it's still very interesting. So the first thing is we look for threats, correct? We don't have an immediate check, but there is also a lot of moving pieces going on. We have an attack battery of the queen and the bishop towards our queen. And this queen is also, sorry, yeah, this queen is being also attacked by this knight. And this knight is targeting these two rooks at the same time. So there's a major fork of pieces, but you have a move that is so strange, but you can create a major threat, which threatens checkmate in the next move. So pause the video now. Mhm. Okay, yeah, I want you to think about initiative and piece activity, correct? Where can I move my queen to a square where I create a threat and I don't have to lose the queen. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. The move is queen to f6. What? Yes. So you cannot take because this will be checkmate, right? This is checkmate. So yeah, oh, I mean you can go here, but that interposition is useless. Now I'm going to go backwards. Yeah, queen f6. The only move that you can make with black is going here with the bishop. Now, what will be the continuation to that? Okay, so I hope you see it. Now, you have to remove this bishop. That is clear because you are also threatening this mate. So, but how? Like, so if you take with the knight, that will be a mistake because now black can just take the queen, and you don't. You just lost the queen for no reason. Now you have to take with the rook. So see how material is not super important when you have these threats. It's like, oh, you're sacrificing the rook. Yeah, but it's not as relevant. Once the queen takes, you take back with the knight, and now you have a winning position with white. Yeah, you can retake here, and you are up a piece. You're up a full piece. You have the two bishops, the knight, and the rook. Okay, I wanted to show you an example where it's not as clear what you're supposed to do. You don't have an immediate tactic. However, here we go in order of priorities. Maybe we cannot create a threat to gain initiative, but we can go to the second item of the list, piece activity. So here um, we we have some cramp space on the with the white pieces. This bishop is not doing much. I guess this knight is doing okay. I guess it covers some squares. So this knight is doing also a job. However, I cannot capture here, and I can, well, maybe I can offer a trade of knights, and that will give me some piece activity. But there is something even better about it. So this rook is not doing a job up until the point I can move this knight. So I think my candidate move is to move this knight. I'm going to go back and reroute it and look for an outpost. So yeah, a key concept in the middle game is looking for outpost. It's not an official outpost because I wish I can have maybe a pawn here, but I can create it later. However, now once um, once black moves, let's say to a5, yeah, I can jump in with the knight b3, and let's say black plays something like queen b6. So I am doing slightly better as I can have an outpost with the knight over here. Now I can even target the bishop. I'm also threatening to fork the queen and the rook. So yeah, there's a lot of pieces activity. So we don't have an immediate threat, but we create it by looking for this piece activity, and now my rook is coming alive. Maybe I can even activate the bishop later and put it here so I can aim at this diagonal. And so I have a lot more activity. All right, last I found this position on lead chess, which I would like to show you. Then if we count material, white is actually up a pawn. Sorry, 3 pawns, not 1 pawn, but 3 pawns. And we have 2 rooks and 2 rooks, 2 bishops and 2 bishops. If we count only material, white is actually winning. However, we can disregard material in this position as we have one tactic. Pause the video now. So there is one tactic that wins the game for black. Okay, I hope you found it. So think about initiative. Can we create any threats that win material and that give us the advantage? Yes, so here we can find rook takes bishop. Yeah, the rook takes bishop, and now you can give a check here with the queen. So yeah, and now you threaten to get the queen and to checkmate in the next move. So yeah, the next move for black might be just to take here to prevent checkmate. So yeah, this is how you can create threats in the middle game. Don't think too much about material, like, oh no, I'm losing a rook. But yeah, this one is the defender. This bishop is one of the most important pieces in the position, as it is defending this pawn. Like if I can only give a check here, and it forces it's not only protecting this pawn, but it forces the king out. Once I take, yeah, this square is undefended, and this all the rank actually is undefended. So okay, I hope you liked this video. I hope you like the pyramid of middle game. I can also create one for end game. So these are useful for people to visualize. Okay, what should I do next in the middle game? You know now how to do it and destroy your opponents. So okay, I will see you in the next one, and take care.